So let me tell you why a lot of people, in my eyes, haven't quite figured out how to unlock all of this gold mine of a talent that I'm talking about that's located in the Philippines. When a person takes up a title, when a person is a manager, for instance, or is considered a leader, a lot of their teams or a lot of the people that they serve, and I say they serve because in my world, when you say you're a leader, you actually are of service to your people. But unfortunately, in Asian culture, and specifically in Filipino culture, when you have Filipino leaders that are in charge of your teams, what that means for them is they're on this pedestal and that they are on a level that is completely different and higher than the rest of the people on their team. And again, if you think about that, this is the typical model of every outsourcing or BPO company out there in the Philippines right now. You have these huge giant of companies that, sell hundreds and sometimes thousands of seats of these people, but on the Philippine side are really led and managed by Filipino leaders. And unfortunately, I see the bad side of it. And this has been the norm. When I first started having interactions with the actual agents of this outsourcing company that I used to partner with, and I saw myself how these Filipino leaders are treating their teams, it broke my heart. Because if you think about it, I grew up and came into my career thinking of leadership as a responsibility. We grew up on more power, more responsibility, meaning the higher you get up there, the bigger of a leader you become, the bigger your responsibilities become. And I don't see them in the Philippines taking on the same concept. And so when I saw it myself and I saw how poorly treated and their actual leaders, Filipino leaders, look down and speak down on a lot of their agents, it made complete sense to me that there is definitely an opportunity to build something better, that's more empowering, that's more encouraging, that can turn things around for the BPO industry in the Philippines. And I met a lot of friction, a lot of resistance from a lot of Filipino leaders because I came to shake things up. And when I found out about it, I went to the US team and was like, hey, this needs to change. But I get it. I get it because they're not in tune with what their agents need. They are not in tune. All they're worried about is making their numbers. What they're worried about is, are we gonna make goal? Are we gonna close as many accounts as we've forecasted because we have to follow our goal? And I was always about, what is the benefit of scaling a business if at the foundation you're broken and that you're trying to scale on something that is broken? And so when I thought about building Meridian, I took it to heart to start from the foundation of the business and the startup. And my foundation has always been about the people, understanding what their needs are. Because if you provide an environment and a support entity to the people, your possibilities for greatness become boundless, and your opportunity to scale and build momentum becomes secondary, because you know that if you do it right at the foundation and you build it from the ground up with that same value system, you are building something that would be indestructible.